Where to start as a designer in 2024? There are many answers to this question, but in this video, I will tell you where to start, what is better to give up, and tell you about the key skills that a newcomer needs to successfully start a career as a designer in 2024. Let's start with choosing a design field and niche. In my experience, I recommend those areas of design that you are most passionate about. It could be 3D or web design, graphic design, or even fashion design. The key is to find a direction that you are really interested in and develop your strengths. Design is a creative profession, and so passion and inspiration are key ingredients for success. Before choosing a specific niche in design, I would recommend exploring a few main areas first to see what's best suited for you. Here are the main areas of design to familiarize yourself with: graphic design, creating logos, corporate identity, print and gift products, and illustrations. Web design, designing websites, online stores, lending, including both visual components and usability. UI and UX design, designing interfaces for mobile and web applications with user-friendliness in mind. Motion design, creation of animation and video content. 3D design, modeling and visualization in three-dimensional graphics, SGI for movies and games. Interior design, designing interiors of buildings and premises. Landscape design, designing open spaces, parks, and gardens. Fashion design, creating fashion apparel and accessory collections. And industrial design, design of household appliances, furniture, and transportation. As you can see, the choice is quite wide. I would advise you to familiarize yourself with all these spheres and see the works of famous designers in each of them, and then choose the directions that seem to you the most interesting and promising. And then dive deeper into them, studying nuances, current trends, techniques, and tools. UI and UX design, web design, website development, motion design, and 3D design are considered promising areas. UI and UX designers are in demand due to the active development of mobile and web applications, as the interface determines the convenience of working with the application. Web designers and website developers are also provided with work, as almost every company needs to create and maintain its website. Let's take a closer look at why these areas are considered the most promising in 2024. UI UX design. User interfaces are on trend right now, as people are spending more and more time on smartphones and the internet. Quality UX increases user loyalty, conversion rates, and sales. That's why usability specialists are highly valued by app and website developers. Web design. Almost all companies and businesses need a website, at least for self-presentation, and many are moving completely online, opening online stores. All of this requires the services of web designers. Motion design. In the age of YouTube and TikTok, animation and dynamic video content are at the peak of popularity. Motion designers create compelling visual content for marketing, entertainment, and education. 3D design. Three-dimensional graphics are actively used in movies, games, marketing, and architecture. 3D designers are in demand for visualization, CGI, and VR/AR applications. These areas of design are dynamically developing and provide good opportunities to build a successful career. What programs and skills does a newcomer need to have in 2024? If you are aiming for UI, UX, and web design, I recommend starting by learning Figma. This program is leading the way in designing user interfaces and websites right now. Figma allows you to not only create layouts, but also prototype and animate on-screen interactions. Figma completely replaces Photoshop and Sketch in interface design. It is intuitive and easy to learn. So if you are aiming for UI, UX design, make sure you start learning Figma first. In addition to Figma, it would be very good to learn Adobe Photoshop, at least at a basic level. It will come in handy for photo processing, creating textures, masks, and other advanced tasks. Adobe Illustrator is still relevant for graphic design. Vector graphics is a fundamental skill necessary to create logos, illustrations, and infographics. Illustrator remains the main tool of graphic designers. It is convenient to create any vector graphics, logos, posters, business cards, banners, icons, infographics. The advantage of the vector is scalability without loss of quality. It is very important for a beginner graphic designer to master Illustrator, to learn the tools, vector graphics techniques, and the basics of typography. This is the foundation of creating professional design layouts. If you're interested in motion design, start with Adobe After Effects for animation and video effects, then Premiere Pro for editing. These are the standards for animated graphics. Adobe's After Effects and Premiere Pro are the key programs for mastering motion design. In After Effects, animation, effects, and compositing are created. Then, in Premiere Pro, the project is assembled into a video and edited. In addition to these programs, it is worth studying Cinema 4D or Blender for 3D animation, and also Photoshop for working with bitmap images. A good motion designer must own the entire plan of creating animated videos, from modeling and textures to compositing, animation, and editing. So get ready to learn a set of programs in this area. And everything for 3D will be Blender, a free program for working with 3D graphics. Cinema 4D and 3ds Max are also common. The basics of 3D graphics will give you tons of opportunities in any field of design in 2024. For a 3D designer, the key skill is the mastery of specialized 3D modeling programs. Among them, Paid Cinema 4D is the leader. It is characterized by high performance and stability. A good free alternative is Blender. It provides a full set of tools for 3D graphics, plus it has a huge user community. A 3D designer will have to master many programs and nuances of working with 3D graphics, but it's one of the most in-demand professions on the market right now. How to find clients in the new year 2024. I recommend that you first master your chosen skill and build up an impressive portfolio of work. This will allow you to show your skills and ability to future clients. It is also important to actively promote yourself on the internet. Get accounts on social networks, regularly post your best works, and write posts about trends and news in design. The designer's brand and self-presentation online are very important for attracting clients. Create accounts on Instagram, Behance, Dribbble, and other popular services for designers. Post your best work there. Write interesting posts about trends, new techniques, and useful tools in your design niche. Share your experience and knowledge. This will increase your name recognition. Tell as many people as possible about your services and achievements. Don't hesitate to share information about your services with friends and acquaintances. This way, you will start word of mouth and possibly get your first clients. You can also try to place your portfolio on specialized freelance exchanges, but there is high competition, so first gain experience and create an impressive portfolio. Another way to find clients is to participate in thematic communities and forums. Communicate with like-minded people, share advice, and help solve problems, so you will gradually gain credibility, and people will turn to you for services. In general, to find the first clients, you need to maximize your exposure in the professional community. Show your work, share your knowledge, and talk about yourself. The main thing is not to stop in development, constantly learning something new. I tried to tell you in general terms how to find clients. Ideally, I'll make a separate video on this topic, but it depends on you. Speaking to experienced designers, I would like to ask you to write a comment on what you would add and what else would you recommend for newcomers in design. From the side of beginners, I would ask you to write questions about what you are most interested in.